You made a mistake, underestimating what you've taken on. I'm out of the cage, 'cause you opened the door. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. I'm not the one to mess around. Too many people done wrong. You best believe that time's up. I'm a murderer. What we would become. And now an escape is impossible. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. If you're falling for me, I'm not the one to mess up. I'm the one to mess up. Too many people done wrong. And you best believe that time's up. I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JD Moon, and I'm coming at you guys with another Stamina DK build video. This is going to be for the High Isles patch, and essentially the name of this build is going to be Return of the Dotz. Dots are back. Dots are back. They're very strong. Very, 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 very strong. So basically what this build does is it just stacks dots and status effects. That's the whole point of this build. So it's really strong. I've done a lot of dueling in it. I'm sure you guys have seen the stream. You guys have seen how well it performs. Of course, it also performs pretty well in Cyrodiil. Is alongside many other builds. Okay, now of course it's going to fall short of any oaken ring build, of course, but I'm not going to go farm that ring. I don't care. It's going to get nerfed. It's just not worth my time. So, but what I am going to do is I'm going to cater to my play style, which is dots. I love dots. They bring joy to my life. I love just stacking dots on people and watching them melt. There's nothing that makes me happier. So let's go ahead and dive into the gear, the sets, and let's talk about how crazy it is. So I'm actually running it's actually a medium setup. I was having a lot of problems with taking down some of the some more like heavy damage dealer hitting targets, and I found that this really it works really well. So let's go ahead and talk about what I have on the body. So I haven't seen this set hit the stage yet. I haven't seen anybody run it yet, except for me. And I think most people looked at this and were like, whatever, status effects, 16 seconds, whatever. Okay, well, that's huge. When you get burning and poison status effect to last for 16 seconds, along with hemorrhaging, to last for over 20 seconds, that's huge. That's a lot of damage, especially when you're running charged and you can just reapply them. So this is what's really cool. So let's talk about how these work. Okay, so let's go over the set first. So the set gives max stam, max health, and max magicka, and then it increased our status effects by 16%. Now what we're running as well, and I'm double barring both of these sets because you want both these sets up all the time. You know, I've found, especially like on DK, getting our secondary stat to proc can be kind of difficult because our natural crit modifier, crit percentage chance is relatively low. Okay, so you're gonna want to double bar these sets. So I'm also running Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry, for those of you who don't know what it does, it's probably the best Cyrodiil set in the game right now. It's going to give critical chance, max magicka, more critical, and then it's going to also increase our battle spirit, or while we're under the effects of battle spirit, critically healing yourself or an ally causes you and up to 11 other members to gain 296 weapon and spell damage and a 1631 critical resist for 20 seconds. That's huge. I play solo, so I love this set. It's a great set. I'm also running Gaze of Sithis, guys. This set is really insane if you're running two-hand dual wield. I just don't see any reason to block all the time because just the block cost is going to be atrocious on dual wield or two-hand, so there's really no point. For those of you who don't know what it does, it gives so much for a one piece. It's insane. So it gives max health, not just a little bit of max health or 1,000. It gives 3,200 max health, almost 3,300 max health. Gives 1,025 health recovery and 4,000 armor. That set is that one piece is just crazy. And then I'm also running a one piece of Pirate Skeleton that's going to give us the 1487 extra armor. Armor is super important. It's super crucial, especially when you're running medium. So as you notice, the shoulder's medium. Now, my chest is heavy, and so are the legs. Okay, if you want to run full 5 medium, you could, but I'm not running. I'm running 3 pieces of heavy, one and one light, and then I'm running 3 pieces of medium. So, or 4 pieces of medium, sorry. I'm running 4 pieces of medium mainly for the sustain and also the weapon damage. That's why I'm running that. So, for the jewelry, I've got Rallying Cry jewelry and a Serpent's Disdain jewelry. Now, all of these are protective because we're in primarily medium armor. I want my resists up as high as I can get them. On the front bar, we're running a Maul sharpened, and I'm running double dot poisons on the front bar. Now this is because I want that extra dot damage from the double dots instead of necessarily stacking another status effect. I didn't find it quite as effective. I tried it with the CP. It's not, you're just going to do more damage without the CP. With the status effect penetration CP, you're just not going to do near the amount of damage that you want to do, because you're going to deal with purifies and stuff like that. People are going to remove status effects, so that's going to reduce your damage unless you reapply the status effects immediately. All right, and so I'm running 2 charged maces on the back bar of Rallying Cry. I totally understand people want to run Master's Dual Wield. You don't need it. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you, you just don't need it. Unless you got 2 charged maces of Masters, you just don't need it. And one's going to have a flame damage enchant, and the other one's going to have a disease damage enchant. Now, there's a reason for this, why I'm running disease over a poison damage enchant on the back bar. That reasoning is because we're running Venomous Claw, which is already going to apply our poison status effects, so we don't need to have another glyph that applies that, I would rather apply Minor Defile for 20 seconds. It's just more effective. And so we're running Hakeju glyphs on all of these, of course, okay, across the board. These are going to have full damage glyphs on them on the jewelry. And then let's go ahead and go over skills. So on the front bar, I'm running Carve, Venomous Claw, Noxious Breath, Forward Momentum, Camouflaged Hunter, and Dawnbreaker of Smiting for the extra damage. On the back bar, I'm running Resolving Vigor, Fragmented Shield, Volatile Armor, Blood Craze, Cauterize, and Corrosive Armor. I kind of want to find something else to run instead of Corrosive Armor, but it's really hard to get away from it. All right, now let's go ahead and I'm going to buff up here for you guys so you guys can see just how much weapon and spell damage we're getting. So we're getting 5174 on the front bar and 5065 on the back bar. Pretty good stats. Let's go ahead and look at the character sheet here. So we have 22k max magicka, 32.7k max health, and we have 29.2k max stamina. So fully buffed up with our armor buff. We are looking at 31.9k spell resistance and 31k physical resist. 1828 critical resistance without our Rallying Cry up. Now with Rallying Cry up, of course, that's going to be a lot higher. Go ahead and get it to proc here. Okay, and so we're going to be at 3440 on the critical resist. So our spell and weapon damage is going to be 30.3% on both bars. And our penetration is going to be 4,900 on the back bar, but on the front bar, we're going to be at 8,215. This is adequate with our corrosive breath. All right, so let's go ahead and look at CP here. Before we go into CP, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my Mona Stone real quick. So for Mona Stone, I'm running the Serpent. That's to give me really good regen here. So stamina recovery, let me go ahead and put up this buff here. So with our stamina recovery without a pot, we're at 1,082, and our health recovery is at 1,050 in medium armor. The magicka recovery I'm not really too worried about it. And then also for our food, we're running Bewitched Sugar Skulls. That's, in my opinion, probably it's just the best one that you can run, really. All right, now let's go ahead and look at CP. I'm just going to go over blue and red tree because they are the ones that matter. All right, so for our slotted, I'm running Focused Mending. I'm running Wrathful Strikes, Deadly Aim, Force of Nature. Now, I have this in here just because I was actually in testing in some duels. I'm actually going to change that right now in front of you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing with it. So what I've been running actually is instead I'm running Thaumaturge. I go back and forth between Thaumaturge or Swift Renewal. So those two seem to be pretty much the best here. Now on the red tree, we're going to be running Sustained by Suffering. It's going to give us some increased recovery while we're underneath underneath any kind of negative effect. Juggernaut, I feel like this is extremely important. So what we're doing is we're getting all of our reductions from the red tree instead of getting them from the blue tree. And then I'm running Relentless, which is going to give us that 10% damage reduction after being stunned or feared. Okay, so and then we're running Unchained, of course. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and get rid of Unchained, you definitely could, and run Pain's Refuge. I would definitely suggest that if that's going to be more along your playstyle. It definitely works. I've ran it. It works better in Cyrodiil that way, in my opinion, because you're going to be often outnumbered and having status effects just toppled on you constantly. Now, I want to go ahead and just make this very clear to people. You want to max out this tree here. Okay, these need to be maxed out for this setup. They're very, very important. So just keep that in mind. That's going to be all your ones that are going to give you status effects. Okay, increase your chances of status effects. Okay, those are your most important. So anyways, that's the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I love it. I've been having a good time in it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please don't forget to put them down in the comments section down below. Yeah, so go ahead and toss up a thumbs up if you like the build, if you guys want to run it and stuff and have a good time. I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys out there on the battlefield. And don't forget, like and subscribe. See you on the next video.